Saturday just gone was the second weekend of Melfest, the second semi-final in Malmo. 7 more acts hoped to qualify, 4 did, and we're going to go through them one by one with our honest reviews of them all. And we've got a fair few things to say. Song 1 obviously was David Lindgren and We Are Your Tomorrow. The song went directly to the final. Emily, what are you thinking about it?
Okay, well, I did like the song. It's very cheesy and the performance looked really good. But I just did not think it should have qualified straight away. I thought it would go to Andrew Chanson or maybe not even qualify, but the fact that it was the first to qualify, I was so shocked at. Because honestly, I didn't think it was as good as some of the other songs at all. But it was okay. I can sort of see why it did, because the performance was quite, catchy. People remember it for all the lights and stuff. But even so, I'm not really a huge fan of it.
Like I said in the review, which went up on Saturday, I could see it going to Andrew Chanson and maybe sneaking in. But after all 7 songs were performed, I just thought, nah, this is 3rd or 4th. It was okay, the ladies were cool. I still think it's the wrong song for him. He looks way too old to be singing a song like that, and We Are Your Tomorrow. If it was someone like Dolly Style or Victoria's age, it makes sense. Not someone who's nearly 35. If you get what I mean. It's a very young sounding title. And the song and the lyrics, this is literally what I wrote down. It sounds like Paradise's Oscars da-da-dum gone through puberty. Like, he just... well, he's ditched all the innocence and then he's come out with that. But you can see what I mean? It's the same sort of idea. And, it was alright, but I was just left a bit, meh, by it. So, I don't agree it going directly. It's gone direct to the final, but it's a low finisher for me. Like, 10th to 12th, that's what I'm saying at the current state.
Yeah.
Song 2, Victor and Natin, 100%. It placed 6th in the end, so it's gone. And I'm glad it's gone.
Same, definitely, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't terrible, but at the same time, it wasn't great. I wasn't surprised when it went out in the first round of voting. I think 6th was a fair placing for it. I don't think he expected to get much further. So, yeah, I don't really have much to say on it. I didn't like the snippet, didn't like the 3-minute version.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. I thought it was one of the weakest from the semi-final. I had a feeling right from the start that it wouldn't do very well or qualify. I think it deserved 6th place out of the 7 because there's one other that I don't like either. I did like how upbeat it was though. It was quite different, but apart from that, it wasn't too good.
Song 3, Molly Pedersen, Hammer and Hunger. She's come back. This time she's done better. She's actually going to Andrew Chanson. You can see she was very happy about that. You can also see how relieved she was when she got through the first round of voting because she was the last name called. And you can see on her face she's thinking, it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. You could see it. I don't agree with it being in the top 4 at all. This is probably the one I'm most annoyed about with it advancing. I don't think it's a good song, to be honest. I got really, really bored. I tuned out whilst it was playing, which I think in a live contest is the worst thing you can do, is bore someone. And she bored me.
I actually would disagree with that.
Really?
Because I actually really like her as a performer. Granted, it's not as good as I'll Be Fine, which you had last year, I think it was.
Yeah, last year.
I loved that song. This one, not as good. But it was still very strong, and actually, going completely against your point, I thought it would go direct to the final.
Seriously?
Seriously. There's that performer and another one, which we'll mention later, which I thought both would go straight to the final, which didn't.
You are legitimately thinking Hunger was one of the top 2 songs?
Yes.
Wow. No, sorry, this was 5th in my mind. I don't think it deserves to advance.
I put it 2nd, to be fair.
It wasn't.
It's not my number 1.
It's still bad enough. It's not as good as I'll Be Fine. It's a copy and paste of I'll Be Fine. She just, like I said, she repeats the same thing again and again. It just wasn't for me at all. And it's got to be an Andrew Chanson. And I really hope it's against a strong song, so it goes. I am really hoping. Put it against Samir and Victor. It won't beat that. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah.
But a song that might beat Samir and Victor in Andrew Chanson is Issa with I Will Wait.
Yay!
I don't think anyone was expecting this to go to Anja Johnson, including Issa. Like, her
Yeah.
face hit the floor in shock. And I
was
couldn't
so
believe it.
surprised. No, like I thought it would go direct to the final. I thought it was the strongest song. It definitely deserved to go straight to the final. And everyone was like, wait a second, it's going to Andrew Chanson. What?
Yeah. I mean, I'm totally lost as to how this didn't... Like, David Lindgren over this. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, she took a very bold risk. I mean, the people who worked in this song are the same who did Mons is Heroes and Ace Wilder's Don't Worry. So it's a good song. She performed it brilliantly, but I've just now learnt, never put any massive predictions on video, because I quite stupidly said, there's no point entertaining this won't not directly qualify. It's definitely going to the final, and now it might not.
I really do hope it does well though.
Yeah.
Because it deserves to, like, I even said, like, I tweeted about it, I did the live tweeting, I thought it was flawless and it had winning potential, and that is how good I thought it was.
Yeah, I feel like I've cursed Issa slightly, so I'm sorry, Issa, about saying that, but this should advance, you'd imagine. Like, I don't know what else it could be drawn against. And it will probably still place quite high in the final, I imagine. Like, it's very different to Don't Stop, and I like that. I like that she took a risk and she stripped it purely back. I didn't get the Black Rose entirely. I mean, I understand it was a love song about pain and all this. Song 6 was Patrick, Tommy and Uno with the name I cannot say, so I'm not going to bother before I insult all of Sweden. It placed 7th. I'm not surprised. This just it had nothing going for it, I'm sorry. I mean, I've been watching a lot of the Melodifestivalen clips on like Instagram on what they've been putting on, and they seem funny, and they seem like good entertainers, but this was so boring. I was like, still on a high from Issa and Krista, and then excited for the next act. And this was just filler, basically. And it's basically a toilet break if you needed one as well, I imagine, because nothing happened.
Yeah, no, I said the vocals were very nice. I did like the sound of the voices together. It sounded quite nice together, but the song was boring and the performance was boring.
Yeah, that's thing, just nothing happened, and that made me sad. And finally, the other direct qualifier, Victoria with Save Me. She is obviously the brand new, like, nothing on this girl before Melfest, and then she goes and qualifies directly, which I was stunned about, she was stunned about, and I did say it was one of the top 2, but when I saw Issa fell into Anja Johnson, I did think this was going home. And also just because what happened to Mimi the week before, Strong Country Song didn't get anywhere, and I didn't think they were going to take a chance on country, because they never do, Sweden, until now. But I really do enjoy this song. Like, even without the bodysuit and all that, I still really enjoy the song.
Yeah, I think the song's catchy, but I'm going to be quite controversial here and say I didn't really like her voice that much.
Okay.
And I didn't think that she should have qualified. Like, I thought she would be, you know, either maybe out or maybe in Andrew Chanson. I thought that there were better songs. Like, I did like the performance, like the bodysuit and all the lights and stuff was really cool and memorable. But apart from that, I didn't really like it that much.
So you would have put Molly above this, basically?
Yeah.
Really? Again, I have to completely disagree with you there. I think this wholeheartedly deserves to go through. I think it's going to do well in the final. I want it to do well in the final. Could it challenge Ace at the current state? Potentially. I think it's got potential to challenge Ace and to win and to go. Obviously, we need to wait and see what the other songs are from the other 2 semi-finals, but I think she did well. I'm not a huge fan of the massive belt thing though, like the big 2 W's, that's a bit weird. And also, as someone put on Twitter, it basically like ripped off the Wonder Woman logo, so...
Yeah, I actually thought that's what it was.
No, there was someone on Twitter, her name is Lady Genevieve, and they were literally saying, you know, this is an exact replica of the Wonder Woman logo, so FET could be in a bit of trouble there. But overall, I do think the right 4 songs have advanced. You know, even with Molly Peterson Hammer, I don't, as much as I don't like it, I won't discourage she is a good performer and it is a good song in its own right. So, yeah.
Poor Krista, that's all I'm gonna say. Poor Krista.
Yeah. So, we've now got 4 qualifiers directly. Has your opinion changed of who your favourite is that is in the final yet, or is it still your favourite, Robert Benson? I know it is.
Oh, well, yes, yeah, my favourite is still Robin. I have not seen as good a song as what Robin has. He's still a standout for me.
See, my opinion has changed. I have put Victoria now as my current winner. I have put it above Ace. I am excited to see those two go against each other and see who comes out on top, because it is very David and Goliath. It is good. David's finishing near the bottom, regardless of, like, Issa's gonna beat, if Issa gets the final, Issa's beating it. And Robin, he will probably do well in the final, but I was let down about the full version. Like, the lyrics did drag it down big time for me. So right now, it is the girls leading it for me in Melodifestivalen, but we still got 2 more semi-finals to go, with with the likes of Oscar Sia, Lisa Ajax, Dolly Style, Molly Sandon and her horrific title name, but we'll see what happens. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm going to say that now. Universe. Like, how bad is that?
It's cheesy.
And I also read up on it. It's wrote by her and Danny Salcedo, her partner. So you can just imagine the cringe factor of it. You can just imagine it. Or maybe Danny Salcedo's given up and realised this is his only way of getting to Eurovision. Write a song, don't perform it. Even though he should have gone a few years ago, but hey, who am I to say? Any last thoughts on semi-final 2 then? Any last thoughts on Malmo?
I'm just not happy about it, really. But there's nothing we can do now. I mean, yeah, in the end, I think Issa will still do very well in Andrew Chanson anyway. Molly, it depends who she's up against. And obviously David and Victoria are already through. Can't really say anything about that.
No, I have to agree. I want Issa to advance. I don't want Molly to advance. And I still think Issa should be in the final over David. I don't think David deserves to have a direct qualification. Shoot me down in the comments, guys. I know that's what's going to happen. Anyway, next week, Norrköping and Oscar Sia, Swingfly, Sarah Hara, Lisa Ajax After Dark, Boris Laney. It could be a good semi, and the wildcard act. So it could be a good semi-final. Even though I am worried about Oscar Sia doing a ballad type number, but we have to wait and see for that one.